Imagine a place where learning never stops. For tiny babies through to teenagers, our families and members of the Doveton communities. Imagine a place where students are engaged, inspired and creative learners.
Imagine a place where we believe every child can learn and has the potential to succeed regardless of their personal circumstance. Imagine a place where powerful learning is a reality for every child to ensure that they are literate, numeric and curious.
Okay, I have 3 children. My daughter is 6 years old, my middle son is 3, and Matthew is 11 weeks. My hope for the new school is that we will have a better sense of community. They'll be with the same people from birth right up until high school. They'll have the same teachers, the same role models, the same friends, and a stronger sense of community because of that. I want my kids to have a nice neighbourhood. I don't want the stigma that we have at the moment to continue for the future.
If you look at Doveton, it's a pretty disadvantaged area. We had 4 schools serving the community of Doveton. They were all pretty small and they were all pretty run down. And I have to say, I thought we could do better. I think the view that just because a community has disadvantaged people, then you just do it to them or for them. I think what we've been able to do is do it with them, and I think that's been something that's a bit different. But we really have to clearly demonstrate the advantages and that we're fair income. That is, if we say we'll do something, we actually do it. I think if you look at the internal designs, they're really interesting. And they allow for different sorts of teaching. They're not the traditional boxes, they're much more flexible, and they will ensure that teachers can tailor programs to the individual needs of kids in a way that they can't now.
The design of the school, as it's growing in people's minds, is actually being morphed. So we started off, it was going to be from grade 1 to grade 12. We've lost 12 and 11, and we're adding a whole bunch of 0 to 5. Basically almost trying to make it a place where if you've got a child 0, 1, 2, 3, and you need any sort of help or assistance or direction, play groups, anything, you start off at the school.
Our feature design is like an open learning space. It's really fun and exciting, and students can do their own presentations to the class.
It's like it's for people and the community to stay healthy and fit.
In our school, people can experience drama and acting, and they can gain confidence when there's lots of people around, so they don't be shy.
From the initial work we did on the brief, it was all about looking at the students, the family and the community, and looking at the various linkages across those 3 that we could make in the design. And then it was a matter of saying, well, what are the extra spaces that we would put into a school in order to nurture students in those early years, to get parent involvement into the school. Then as you get through to the upper years, how do we get the community involved in the school, not just the school community but the wider community, and then looking at what other facilities we could put in around those other people who are likely to use this. For us, the culmination of all this is seeing the kids there and using the spaces, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how the spaces get used and how the teachers use the teaching spaces, because they're not the standard sort of teaching spaces that we would necessarily get involved in. And I think the real testing thing for this will be seeing how the community respond and how involved the whole community get in the project, I think.
What I'm expecting to see a buzz of excitement about the place. High expectations, what we want, what every child knows that we believe that they can achieve. Anything less than success in learning is unacceptable to us. We know you can do it. We know you're good enough to do it, and we're going to provide every resource to enable you to learn.
We can just do all sorts of stuff. We can sit down and look at the pretty fish and all sorts of stuff. We can even look at all the fish and all the beautiful pond.
You have a resource centre right in front of you. It is for all resources, as its name suggests. This is a lookout tower redesigned. This is a cafeteria, music room, lab, and a greenhouse. These are also the seats for the cafeteria, in case you want.
For the kids, it's a fantastic new facility that they can be really proud of. A facility that you'd be happy to have any kid across the state be part of, in great new spaces and more opportunities than they've ever had before.
What a brilliant opportunity to get into a school that has that sort of vibrant, difficult mix and maybe start producing some of Australia's future leaders.
For the community, it'll be a real centre. It'll be a place where they're welcome, where the facilities are available to them all of the time. We want this to be the heart of the community.
Cut!
The Doveton Learning Centre, beyond your imagination.